This is Eagle Al, and today we're going to talk about CJ Gardner Johnson. I believe it's all fugazi. I think it's a lie on the reason why he left, and I will talk about it. Also, we're going to talk about Miles Sanders. Should we sign him back? Lastly, Justin Simmons to the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, I'm talking about his safety now. But let's get into these topics. Right, man, before we get into the main topics, let's talk about a few things. So, the recording of this video is around, it's nighttime. Let me give it that. It's late at night, and I seen that Kendrick Gainwell signed a 1 year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Congratulations to him. He get a opportunity, I believe, to go for RB1 because Najee Harris went to the Chargers. I could be wrong, but I know Najee Harris, as of today, he's not a Steeler. So that RB1 spot is wide open. And let's be honest, Kenny Gainwell wasn't going to get another opportunity to be RB1 because of Saquon Barkley. So he really get a chance to do it. So shout out to Saquon Barkley. Another topic. Why the hell is EY about to talk about Justin Reid? Why the fuck do I care about Justin Reid and if he's not an Eagle? Right? Justin Reid, former Chief, signed a 3 year deal with the Saints. He signed a 3 year deal. And yes, I'm cursing, so you guys know what type of video this is going to be. $51 million. And you know who was in play for that? Yep. The Philadelphia Eagles were in play to sign a guy for 3 years and $51 million. After you just had CJ Gardner Johnson for half the price. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. CJ Gardner Johnson was traded to the Houston Texans. I'm literally taking a nap on my 20-minute break at work. Get these little 15, 20 minutes. I wake up. I'm like, hold on, wait, is this fake Adam Schefter? No, this is real. We traded him for a former bus and a swap pick with I six for their fifth in 2026. And I kept reading everywhere. This is for cap space. Cap space? Are you serious? A dude cap hit that was like $6-7 million? Oh, because we're gonna save money through 2027 or whatever. That's what it is. Don't feed me the bullshit. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna play this clip by CJ Gardner Johnson, but I think he's feeding bullshit too. But I like how he's handling it, but I think it's bullshit. I'm gonna play this clip.
All right, so I ain't lying to you. Y'all want to ask him? Y'all ask him what happened. You want to tell him?
Man, they woke us up out of his sleep. Then he woke me up out of my sleep. Bitch, all I remember him saying, man, I'm getting traded. I said, what? Ain't no fucking way. Fuck around. He on the phone with the GM and shit. They talking about, man, we gonna get you out of here.
Type shit.
All that bullshit. Capping and shit. And hey, they made the move.
I ain't lying to you. I thought they were fools.
For real, they don't know who it is, too.
I ain't lying. I saw 3-1. I'm like, that's April Fool. They damn sure got me. They playing crazy with me right now. But no, it wasn't no love law. It wasn't no bad blood. It was a great phone call. Great phone call. It was an amazing phone call to be all the way thorough. Great phone call. Situation is, them young guys got to get paid in Philly. Jalen Carter, Reid, Zach, all them guys got to get their money. They deserve it. You know, me getting older, so I got to understand, like, it was no bad blood. It was nothing. So, you know, shit. All I asked them was, like, between me and y'all, like I told them, I just want to go somewhere where I could play winning football. I ain't asked for a specific place. I just, feel me? This honesty. Like, I just want to play winning football. Like, I ain't even saying a lot. Other than that, you know, I woke up next day and boom, there it is. So shit, we in Houston.
Eagles are 1000% lying. CJ Gardner Johnson's keeping it real. He's not trying to expose everything. They fucking lying, man. It wasn't about strictly financial. That's a lie. And if you read that anywhere, that's a lie. That's bullshit. This is about CJ Gardner Johnson constantly crashing out on Twitter. I don't know what goes on in the locker room. Probably arguments here and there. And they simply couldn't handle it. They couldn't take it. Because why would the Eagles be in the market for another safety to pay him more? Yo, we was willing to give Justin Reid $50 million through 3 years. That is bullshit. These stories you're hearing. It's bullshit, man. And that doesn't mean Slay is going to be back or anything like that. I'm reading that he's definitely going to the Steelers. That's bullshit. They just don't like the chemistry, whatever he brings, whatever we like, as far as with them and CJ Gardner Johnson, I don't think the organization like. Again, I like that CJ Gardner Johnson is transparent. Guess who don't like that? The organization. They don't like that. So you know what? We ship him off for a Stoutland project. A former bus. Again, did you see this dude Kenyon Green numbers? And I'm not saying it can't transform in the future. I'll be looking at this like, oh wow, he really transformed to be something. But let's be honest, we got rid of CJ Gardner Johnson as of March for nothing. For nothing. It's all BS. Maybe I'm speaking as a heartbroken fan. Shit, I usually wear my hoodie, something, because I can't really wear my green stuff because I got a green screen, so it's going to look weird. So that's why I usually try to put on my black hoodie or you see my gray and a little green or something like that, or one of my black t-shirts. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just throw on a polo red. I got the eagle in the background because I still love them. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. But this is March. It's March, man. And we just letting this guy walk, that guy walk, this guy walk, this guy walk, this guy walk. We don't fuck with CJ Gardner Johnson no more, so we just gonna trade him away. What the hell are we doing? Mekhi Becton's still out there. Did we just trade to get Mekhi Becton replacement? I don't know. I don't know. But man, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I am pissed because you just created a hole over your feelings. That's what it seemed like. If you're willing to sign this guy, that guy, we're going to talk about Justin Simmons. If you're willing to give them CJ Gardner Johnson money plus more, this was some feelings. It was feelings. I don't know what the Eagles are doing. I just don't. And it frustrates me. It frustrates me. Again, I'm speaking as an angry Eagles fan. Let me get this out. Let me get this out, man. CJ. He don't fit in Houston. Let's be honest. I know he said in the clip or whatever, like he just said, like, trade me somewhere that's competitive. And Houston, as far as that defense with Stingley and those guys, they're going to be competitive. But CJ Gardner Johnson with that small fan base, they ain't going to turn up for CJ Gardner Johnson like the Philadelphia Eagles do or will. I'm telling you, man, Eagles are lying. They lying. And I get it. We trying to justify it because we love Howie and how we've been doing great things. And I still believe let Howie cook. Howie missed. Howie usually have those misses. 2022 going into 2023 season, what was his miss? And we're going to let CJ Gardner Johnson walk. That was a miss because you had no grit on your defense. Super Bowl year, what was the miss? What was the miss? It was choosing Bryce Huff over paying Josh Sweat and or Hassan Reddick. Well, Hassan Reddick wanted more. But easily Josh Sweat could have been on this team. Easily. That was a miss. You trusted an undrafted guy over Josh Sweat. That could have been maybe even Milton Williams money. It could have went somewhere else. That's all I'm saying. So while Howie been great, he does have those little misses here and there. And I think he's missing on this again. He's going to find some pieces that's going to work. He might find his other Zach Bond or something like that. Maybe he make another splash. But I'm telling you, man, the grit. I know a lot of people point to the numbers, this, that, and the third, but the grit of this team was there. When you look in the Super Bowl, when CJ Gardner Johnson hit Travis Kelce, they knew we wasn't fucking around. That happened in the beginning of the game. We ain't fucking around, man. Nah, this ain't that type of game. Seeing how Travis Kelce played the rest of the game, played like dog shit. So again, man, I just don't understand it, man. I literally don't understand it. Maybe I'm coping. I don't fucking know what I'm feeling. I don't know how the other Eagles content creators just did it right after I'd seen Lord Bronson and them guys say like, yeah, it's understandable. I know him and Lord Bronson got a relationship. Never talked to CJ Gardner Johnson. I know he sees some of my tweets. He retweet them, like them, this and that, comment here and there on my stuff, but never really had a conversation with him. So I don't really know the guy like that. But from the optics and what the Eagles trying to do, they playing a dirty game. This is a dirty game. Put out a report. This is strictly financial. Then another report come out. Yeah, the Eagles were trying to pay a guy. Bullshit, man. Bullshit, man. The shit was not about money, man. And I'm telling you, maybe a year, maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe 2, maybe 3 years, CJ Gardner Johnson is going to speak on what happened. You don't just sign a guy to a favorable 3-year deal. Year 1 into that deal, you ship him off. Unless he played like dog shit, then I understand. But he did not play like dog shit. I don't want to hear, oh, we saving money against the cap. That's cap. I'm sorry. That's cap. Because this is something you could have worried about the following year. Rework something with CJ Gardner Johnson. Love Philly, so he would have reworked something. This is bullshit. I don't want to hear none of this shit, man. But let's get into the next topic. Miles Sanders. So Miles Sanders was released from the Panthers. And, you know, I just talked about Kenneth Gainwell signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I actually had to switch up my topics a little bit when I seen that. And I know a lot of Eagles fans like, don't bring this up. But when you think about it, is Will Shipley ready to be that RB2? Or will you trust Miles Sanders more? Honestly, I would trust Miles Sanders more. And I wasn't the biggest fan. I had a period when I'm like, okay, Miles Sanders look good. But I never thought of Miles Sanders as a RB1 in my defense. Because even when Jordan Howard was here, I'm like, why are we forcing Miles Sanders? And I think Jordan Howard is better. When it was him and Kenneth Gainwell, I thought Kenneth Gainwell was better. Than Miles Sanders. I think Miles Sanders worked better off a 1-2 punch and not being that primary guy. Now the question is, do Miles Sanders see himself still as a primary guy? Because he know coming to Philadelphia is Saquon Barkley. So I would like it if it's on a cheap deal for sure. But he got to put his ego to the side because this is the team he was drafted to, and losing his spot. How will he feel about that? That's the question. But I want my Miles Sanders back at all on a nice deal. Yeah, man. He'll be an upgrade, I guess, from Kenneth Gainwell. Maybe not. I don't know, but hey, I like him back. I like Miles Sanders back for sure. All right, so let's get into the last topic. Speaking of safeties, we in the market for a safety now, which makes things very, very, very difficult. So Justice Simmons spoke about the Philadelphia Eagles reuniting with Vic Fangio, and this is what he had to say.
And having a chance to reunite with Vic, and then also the defensive backs coach, Christian Parker, he's over there. I've worked with him the last maybe 4 years with Denver. And he was a huge piece of, obviously there's a lot of rotating, coaches, defensive coordinators. And so he was a huge piece, the stability year in and year out the terminology, the practices. Like, there was a lot of familiarity with him. So, man, there's a lot of good things about Philly. Obviously, I think their offense is clearly one of the most talented in the league. That offensive line is unbelievable. But what the defense did.
Sound like a possibility. Again, he's going to probably command the same money that CJ Gardner Johnson was getting paid. Not going to go on that rant again. It's just, at this point, it just is what it is, man. Justin Simmons will be great, but he is like 31. He's older. But he will bring a skill set. I mean, he don't bring the grit. He don't bring the toughness. I mean, he'll bring a skill set. Hell, you could pull this analytics and that analytics and this, that, and the third to prove that Justin Simmons is possibly better. But the grit and the energy and the swagger, that's CJ Gardner Johnson. Even Howie Roseman admitted, like, yeah, we made a mistake going into that following year without CJ Gardner Johnson. That's why we brought him back. So, that is a tough one for Eagle, man. Y'all know, man. I've been defending CJ Gardner Johnson even when y'all was turning against him. Y'all like, nah, he ain't it. We should have got Xavier McKinney, this, that, and the third, which Xavier McKinney is doing this thing in Green Bay. But it's just a certain energy that CJ Gardner Johnson bring. I look at it as a fan as positive. The organization look at it as negative. But I look at it as positive, and it's like, this is, man, they lied to us, man. But that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel, man? I ain't gonna cry. Man. It hurts, but yeah, it's official. CJ Gardner Johnson is gone. How do you guys feel about Miles Sanders, Justin Simmons? It's gonna take me a while to get over this one, y'all. How we need a splash so I can smile again, man. I think he need a splash, man. Maybe that comes in March. Maybe that comes in June. Maybe that comes in August. Hell, maybe it comes middle of the season. But we need a splash, man. And I will talk about Sidney Brown and all that stuff. I didn't want to talk about him during this rant because I love Sidney Brown for sure, man. And I want to talk about him in a positive light. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.